Long ago, before kings and empires, before the pyramids of Egypt and the Great Walls of China, civilizations thrived in places now forgotten beneath deserts, jungles and oceans. They left behind wonders and mysteries that still challenge modern science and historians today. On Ancient World Files, we journey into the hidden past to uncover the secrets buried in the ancient world. Imagine a desert stretching endlessly under a scorching sun, where sand dunes roll like waves, hiding secrets beneath their golden expanse. Travelers of old spoke of cities made entirely of stone, with streets paved in patterns that seem impossible to decipher. Ancient maps and texts mention settlements so grand that they rivaled modern cities, yet today their exact locations remain a mystery. For centuries, explorers searched the deserts of Arabia and North Africa, seeking remnants of civilizations that history almost forgot. Some believed these cities were centers of trade, knowledge and power, while others thought they were merely myths passed down through generations. The city of Ubar, often called the Atlantis of the Sands, was said to be a thriving metropolis with towering buildings filled with wealth unimaginable by modern standards. Caravan traders described markets overflowing with spices, gold and precious stones, yet when modern archaeologists reached the desert, they only found fragments of pottery, stone foundations and walls slowly swallowed by shifting dunes. Satellite imagery has revealed geometric patterns beneath the sand formations too precise to be entirely natural, suggesting advanced planning and architecture. Some researchers now believe that what was once considered legend may have been a real city whose remains are scattered and hidden beneath thousands of years of sand. Evidence of sophisticated engineering and water systems hints that these cities were not simple villages but hubs of innovation. Ancient civilizations mastered the ability to capture and store water in the harshest environments. They carved wells, canals and cisterns into bedrock to sustain populations during times of drought. Such achievements indicate that these desert cities were capable of supporting thousands of people and facilitating trade across vast distances. Historians speculate that caravans connected cities like Ubar to regions as far as Mesopotamia, Egypt and India, creating networks of commerce and knowledge exchange that rivaled modern globalization. The question remains how such advanced settlements could vanish almost completely, leaving only whispers and fragments behind. Climate change may have played a role. Massive floods or prolonged droughts could have forced populations to abandon their homes, leaving structures to crumble and disappear under sand. Some evidence suggests that tectonic activity and natural disasters may have contributed to their demise. Yet despite these challenges, the desert continues to guard its secrets, with relentless winds covering any traces of human life with layers of sand. Travelers in the Arabian Peninsula documented strange ruins where stone streets and foundations appeared in geometrical patterns impossible to create without careful planning. Observers noted that some structures aligned perfectly with the sunrise and sunset, suggesting astronomical knowledge advanced beyond what many historians attribute to these cultures. These patterns hint at a civilization deeply connected to both the earth and the stars, potentially using celestial observations for agriculture, navigation and religious rituals. The idea that desert ruins might conceal libraries, temples and observatories challenges everything we know about the timeline of human civilization. Archaeological digs have uncovered artifacts from ancient trade, including pottery and tools, indicating interaction between distant cultures. Some shards found in desert ruins match designs from Persia and Egypt, suggesting that these cities were integral parts of global networks of trade and culture. Scholars continue to debate whether the desert ruins were originally planned as cities or evolved naturally from smaller settlements, yet the precision and complexity of the layouts imply deliberate design. The very existence of such structures forces us to reconsider the sophistication of early human societies and the stories recorded in history books. The sands themselves act as both protector and destroyer, hiding secrets for centuries yet preserving clues for those who know how to look. Satellite technology has revolutionized the study of these lost cities, revealing straight lines, geometric shapes and mounds beneath layers of sand. These discoveries show that deserts which appear empty may conceal entire urban landscapes invisible to the naked eye. Drones and remote sensing have allowed researchers to map hidden ruins with incredible accuracy, providing evidence that what we once dismissed as legend may have a factual basis. Historians and theorists argue that lost desert cities like Ubar were not merely isolated settlements but part of a vast network of civilizations that shared knowledge, culture and resources across the Arabian Peninsula. There is evidence of roads and caravan routes connecting cities, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas and religion. Over time, some of these cities fell into decline while others were destroyed by environmental catastrophes, invasion or internal conflict. The combination of human error and natural forces contributed to the near-total disappearance of these civilizations from the historical record. Legends passed down from desert tribes describe treasures buried beneath the sands, libraries filled with scrolls containing knowledge from long-forgotten civilizations, and temples dedicated to gods whose names have faded from memory. These stories suggest that some ancient cities were more than mere habitations. They were centers of learning, culture, and spirituality. Their influence may have extended far beyond the desert, yet without surviving written records, much of their history remains speculative and mysterious. Some researchers suggest that the sophistication seen in these lost cities challenges the current understanding of human evolution and societal development. Perhaps these civilizations possessed knowledge and technology that was forgotten or lost over time. They may have built monumental structures, mastered advanced engineering techniques, and developed complex social systems long before other civilizations reached similar achievements. The sands may hide not only cities but also clues about the origins of humanity itself and the ways ancient humans interacted with their environment and each other. The desert continues to fascinate scholars, adventurers, and dreamers alike. Its shifting dunes hide and reveal secrets in a cycle that has persisted for millennia. The search for lost cities combines archaeology, geography, history, and even astronomy, offering tantalizing hints of human ingenuity and perseverance. Each discovery, whether a fragment of pottery, a stone foundation, or a satellite image of a geometric pattern, adds another piece to the puzzle of our past. The lost cities of the desert remind us that the ancient world was far richer, more complex, and more mysterious than we have ever imagined. In conclusion, the deserts of Arabia and North Africa hold mysteries that challenge everything we know about early civilizations. The lost cities hidden beneath sands were centers of innovation, trade, and culture. Advanced engineering and planning indicate a society far beyond its time, yet natural disasters and climate change led to their near-total disappearance. Satellite imagery, archaeological digs, and the careful study of legends bring these cities into focus, revealing a history waiting to be rediscovered. The sands remain patient guardians of secrets, whispering stories of a world that shaped our present and continues to inspire our future. Across continents, monuments of colossal size rise as silent witnesses to an age when humans achieved feats that challenge imagination and modern engineering. These giants of stone stand alone in deserts, plains, and mountains, marking the presence of civilizations long forgotten. The pyramids of Egypt dominate the desert horizon, their precise alignment with stars and cardinal points defying explanation. Some of the stones weigh tens of tons, yet are fitted together so perfectly that modern tools struggle to replicate the technique. The precision of their construction suggests not only skill but a deep understanding of mathematics, astronomy, and architectural principles. In South America, the Nazca lines stretch across arid plains, forming shapes of animals, humans, and abstract patterns visible only from above. These enormous geoglyphs hint at a civilization capable of planning and executing projects on a scale that dwarfs our expectations. Some patterns align with the movements of the sun, moon, and stars, suggesting astronomical purposes. Others may have served as ceremonial paths or markers for religious rituals. Scholars continue to debate their exact meaning, yet the sheer size and precision demand recognition of advanced knowledge and societal organization. In Europe, megalithic structures like Stonehenge have fascinated generations. Their massive stones are arranged with astronomical accuracy, marking solstices, equinoxes, and lunar cycles. The effort required to move these stones and arrange them with such precision indicates a coordinated society capable of mobilizing labor, resources, and knowledge on a scale that is staggering to modern observers. Some legends claim that giants or supernatural beings aided in the construction, hinting at a perception of these monuments as beyond ordinary human capability. Across Asia, temples and monuments reflect similar ingenuity and ambition. Angkor Wat in Cambodia features vast complexes with intricate carvings and precise alignments, demonstrating mastery of both art and engineering. The Khmer civilization coordinated labor, thousands of workers, and developed hydraulic systems to sustain large populations surrounding these structures. The sophistication of urban planning in Angkor Wat suggests that ancient societies possessed knowledge of logistics, architecture, and social organization comparable to modern cities. Some ancient texts speak of giants of stone shaping the earth and constructing monumental works before the rise of contemporary civilizations. These accounts raise questions about the origins of human civilization and whether advanced knowledge may have been passed down or rediscovered after periods of decline. Modern archaeology often struggles to explain how ancient builders moved stones weighing multiple tons with simple tools, yet experimental archaeology demonstrates that it was possible through ramps, levers, and human coordination, even if the scale seems almost impossible to achieve today. The distribution of megaliths and monuments across the globe points to a potential commonality in human development, perhaps indicating that societies independently reached similar levels of sophistication or that knowledge was shared across continents. Trade routes and cultural exchange may have facilitated the transfer of ideas, allowing civilizations separated by thousands of miles to develop architectural marvels that echo one another in design and purpose. The giants of stone represent not only technical skill but also shared human aspiration, reaching for permanence and legacy across time. In Egypt, the Great Pyramid of Giza embodies precision that continues to astound researchers. Each stone was cut and positioned with accuracy to align with celestial points. The pyramid's internal chambers reflect advanced knowledge of geometry, ventilation and acoustics, suggesting that ancient architects understood not only how to build but also how to create functional and symbolic spaces within the structure. Similar principles are found in megalithic tombs across Europe and Asia, demonstrating a global pattern of monumentality and reverence for space orientation and design. In South America, Machu Picchu and other Incan sites feature stone terraces and walls that fit together without mortar yet withstand earthquakes for centuries. The techniques demonstrate knowledge of geology, structural engineering and environmental adaptation. The terraces served both agricultural and defensive purposes, showing that ancient societies integrated multiple functions into their architectural design. In addition, the precise stonework indicates planning that involved careful measurement and skilled laborers capable of executing complex designs without modern machinery. Monuments like the Moai of Easter Island illustrate human determination and ingenuity on remote islands where resources were limited. The statues required the movement of massive stones over great distances, often through difficult terrain. Some theories suggest rolling log sleds or manpower coordinated in organized groups. The construction of these statues implies not only physical labor but also a cultural or religious motivation strong enough to sustain large-scale efforts over decades or centuries. The alignment and placement of these giants of stone often reflect celestial events marking seasons, solstices, equinoxes, and astronomical cycles. This suggests that ancient civilizations observed the heavens meticulously and integrated this knowledge into their constructions by encoding astronomical information into monuments. Societies demonstrated an awareness of the cosmos, linking human life to celestial patterns. These achievements challenge modern assumptions about the simplicity of early human societies, suggesting they possessed complex knowledge systems that have been partially lost to time. The global distribution of stone monuments raises questions about the interconnectedness of ancient civilizations. Did societies independently discover similar construction techniques and astronomical principles, or was there a flow of knowledge across oceans and continents? Unknown civilizations may have influenced others, leaving subtle traces of shared understanding encoded in stone and geography. Some researchers argue that this points to a forgotten chapter of human history, one in which large-scale collaboration, innovation, and spiritual expression were common. Even today, these monuments inspire awe and curiosity. They are reminders of human ambition, ingenuity, and the desire to leave a mark upon the world. The Giants of Stone challenge is to rethink timelines of civilization development, questioning the assumption that progress follows a linear path. They reveal that humans long ago were capable of extraordinary planning, coordination, and insight into both nature and the cosmos. In conclusion, the monuments and structures spanning the deserts, plains, and mountains of the ancient world reveal societies that were highly organized, technically advanced, and spiritually aware. Their legacy endures not only in the stones themselves but in the questions they raise about human potential and lost knowledge. The Giants of Stone invite exploration, study, and imagination, offering glimpses of civilizations that shaped our world and whose mysteries continue to inspire researchers, adventurers, and dreamers alike. The stones remain as silent witnesses to human ambition and creativity, standing the test of time and the sands of history. Beyond the monuments, cities, and stone structures, some of the most intriguing clues about ancient civilizations lie in the minds of their scholars, philosophers, astronomers, and alchemists who documented observations that modern science is only beginning to understand. These thinkers recorded knowledge of the natural world, mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and technology centuries ahead of what we traditionally attribute to their time. Their writings provide glimpses into societies that valued observation, experimentation, and intellectual curiosity, often in ways that rival modern scientific methods. The Library of Alexandria in Egypt remains perhaps the greatest symbol of ancient intellectual achievement. It is said to have housed hundreds of thousands of scrolls documenting knowledge from civilizations across the Mediterranean, Africa, and Asia. Scholars collected works on philosophy, mathematics, medicine, astronomy, engineering, geography, and literature. The library was more than a repository of books, it was a hub of collaboration and research where ideas could be shared, debated, and expanded. Some of these scrolls contained descriptions of inventions, medicines, and astronomical observations that modern researchers are still attempting to replicate and understand. In Mesoamerica, the Mayan civilization demonstrates extraordinary intellectual sophistication. Their calendars predicted solar and lunar eclipses with astonishing accuracy, reflecting a deep understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and cyclical time. The Mayans observed planetary movements and created detailed star charts long before telescopes. They charted the heavens with such precision that modern astronomers have marveled at their skill. Their knowledge was not theoretical but applied to agriculture, architecture, and ritual life, guiding planting cycles, the construction of temples, and the timing of religious ceremonies. Ancient texts from India known as the Vedas and other manuscripts contain knowledge of medicine, architecture, metallurgy, and even descriptions of flying machines called Vimanas. Scholars suggest that these writings describe technologies and principles that are only now being explored by modern science. Some texts detail herbal medicines, surgical techniques, and concepts of energy that resemble modern physics, while others describe engineering methods for constructing complex machines and structures. These writings indicate that ancient scholars observed nature with a level of sophistication that allowed them to develop practical solutions for society and possibly technologies beyond what most historians previously believed. In China, the accomplishments of ancient scholars continue to influence modern society. Their work in mathematics, astronomy, medicine, engineering, and philosophy formed the foundation for centuries of technological and cultural advancement. Civilizations such as the Han and Tang dynasties created medical texts still referenced today, engineering principles applied in bridges, irrigation systems, and canals that remain impressive, and astronomical observations that were remarkably accurate. These scholars studied patterns in nature, cycles of the moon and sun, the flow of rivers, and the behavior of plants and animals, integrating this knowledge into their cultural and technological practices. Some researchers believe that ancient scholars did not merely document what they observed but may have possessed insights lost to modern humanity. They developed ways to harness natural phenomena, predict astronomical events, and create medicines and materials that seem advanced even today. The transmission of knowledge across generations was not always linear. Many libraries were destroyed, civilizations fell, and texts were lost, but fragments remain, offering tantalizing evidence of extraordinary intellectual capacity. The careful study of surviving texts and artifacts shows that ancient thinkers were methodical, curious, and capable of abstract reasoning on a scale that challenges our understanding of early human society. The preservation of knowledge was a challenge due to environmental disasters, wars, and cultural upheavals, yet wherever fragments survive, they reveal that ancient scholars valued documentation, experimentation, and innovation. Some civilizations, like the Greeks, developed formal systems of logic and reasoning. Others, like the Egyptians, focused on practical applications of knowledge in medicine, agriculture, and architecture. The combination of theory and practice allowed these societies to build monuments, advance technology, and create complex societies that endured for centuries. Across the ancient world, evidence suggests that knowledge was shared and transmitted through trade routes, scholarly exchanges, and conquest. The Mediterranean, Middle East, and Asia show overlapping intellectual traditions, demonstrating that ideas were not confined to one region but flowed across borders, influencing science, philosophy, and culture. Knowledge of mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and engineering traveled with traders, scholars, and diplomats, creating networks that connected civilizations in ways we are only beginning to fully understand. Ancient scholars also sought to understand the cosmos, human existence, and the principles of life. Many texts explore philosophical questions alongside practical knowledge, creating a synthesis of science and spirituality. Their observations of natural patterns informed calendars, agriculture, medical practices, and urban planning. Their curiosity drove innovation in ways that allowed civilizations to flourish and endure, sometimes in spite of environmental and social challenges. The combination of preserved texts, architectural evidence, and artifacts provides a window into the minds of these ancient thinkers. Their work demonstrates that intellectual curiosity and systematic observation were not modern inventions but have deep roots in human history. By studying these fragments, modern researchers gain insight into the processes by which societies accumulated and applied knowledge, revealing a continuity of human ingenuity across millennia. In conclusion, the hidden knowledge of ancient scholars represents one of the most fascinating aspects of human history. Their observations, predictions, inventions, and writings reveal societies deeply engaged with the natural world, the cosmos, and human experience. Their achievements challenge modern assumptions about the capabilities of early civilizations and provide inspiration for future exploration, research, and discovery. The legacy of these thinkers endures in surviving texts, monuments, and ideas influencing modern science, medicine, philosophy, and technology. Their wisdom reminds us that human curiosity and ingenuity have always been central to the story of civilization and that much remains to be discovered about the minds that shaped the ancient world. Even with modern archaeology, satellite imaging, and advanced dating techniques, some mysteries of the ancient world continue to defy explanation. Entire civilizations appear suddenly in the historical record, reaching architectural, mathematical, and astronomical mastery almost overnight, while others vanish, leaving scarcely a trace. Cataclysms, invasions, and societal collapse may account for some of these disappearances, but many questions remain unanswered across the globe. Unexplained artifacts challenge conventional understanding, hinting that humans in the past may have possessed knowledge or skills that modern scholars struggle to comprehend. In Greece, the Antikythera mechanism stands as one of the most enigmatic discoveries of the ancient world. This device, dating back more than 2,000 years, demonstrates mechanical complexity that would not be expected in its era. It contains gears and astronomical calculations capable of predicting eclipses, planetary positions, and lunar cycles. The precision and sophistication of the mechanism suggest that ancient engineers were capable of creating advanced machines long before similar technology appeared. Again, in Europe, the Antikythera mechanism challenges assumptions about the limits of ancient engineering and hints at a level of knowledge that may have been lost over time. Sumerian tablets discovered in Mesopotamia describe astronomical events and phenomena in ways that some researchers interpret as evidence of advanced observation or even contact with forces beyond conventional understanding. These texts include detailed descriptions of celestial movements, eclipses, and planetary positions. The level of mathematical precision encoded in these tablets raises questions about how ancient scholars obtained such knowledge and what methods they may have used to track the heavens. In South America, the Incan and pre-Incan civilizations created stone structures that fit together with incredible precision. Some blocks are so perfectly shaped that not even a knife blade can fit between them. The effort required to carve, transport, and assemble these stones suggests advanced engineering knowledge and sophisticated organizational systems. The construction methods remain partly a mystery, with some researchers speculating about lost technologies that allowed these civilizations to move and position massive stones without the use of modern machinery. Caves around the world contain paintings, carvings, and artifacts that indicate knowledge of animals, constellations, and natural events long before modern humans should have possessed this information. In Lascaux in France, ancient artists depicted hunting scenes and animal behavior with astonishing accuracy. In South America, cave paintings show astronomical events, suggesting that early humans may have observed and recorded celestial phenomena with extraordinary precision. These discoveries indicate that ancient societies were more observant and intellectually advanced than often credited in conventional histories. Some researchers theorize that entire civilizations existed whose traces have been almost entirely erased by time, leaving only fragments and anomalies as evidence of their existence. These lost societies may have contributed knowledge, architecture, and cultural practices to later civilizations, yet the full scope of their influence remains unknown. The disappearance of such civilizations raises fundamental questions about human progress and the resilience of knowledge across generations. The precision alignment of monuments across continents with celestial events suggests that ancient humans had a global understanding of astronomy that is still difficult to fully explain. Some megaliths align with solstices, equinoxes, and specific star clusters, indicating a shared or parallel development of astronomical knowledge. These alignments appear in Egypt, South America, Europe, and Asia, hinting at a possible universal understanding of the cosmos encoded into stone structures and urban planning. Artifacts and texts sometimes hint at technologies that modern science is only beginning to comprehend. Ancient descriptions of energy sources, machinery, and transportation challenge the accepted timeline of human invention. Some scholars speculate that knowledge was lost due to societal collapse, war, or natural disasters, leaving us fragments of a civilization once capable of incredible achievements. The rediscovery and interpretation of these fragments remain one of the greatest intellectual challenges of modern archaeology. Even today researchers debate whether certain anomalies could have been the result of extraterrestrial influence, unknown natural forces, or simply the ingenuity of human civilizations that reached heights now forgotten. The lack of written records in some regions amplifies the mystery, forcing scientists to rely on physical evidence, architectural remains, and comparative analysis between cultures. Observations such as underwater ruins off the coast of India and Japan further complicate the story, suggesting that rising sea levels and shifting geography may have erased evidence of advanced societies. The study of these mysteries often combines archaeology, geology, astronomy, anthropology, and advanced technology such as ground-penetrating radar, satellite imaging, and 3D reconstruction. These methods have revealed previously unknown structures, alignments, and artifacts, providing tantalizing clues that ancient humans may have achieved far more than previously assumed. Every new discovery invites reconsideration of historical narratives, encouraging a deeper appreciation for human ingenuity and adaptability. The ancient world contains a remarkable combination of known achievements and unexplained phenomena that continues to fascinate scholars and the public alike. The sudden rise and disappearance of civilizations, advanced engineering feats, unexplained artifacts, and precise astronomical knowledge hint at a complex past where humans were capable of extraordinary accomplishments. Despite centuries of study, many questions remain unanswered, suggesting that much of human history is still hidden beneath layers of sandstone and time. In conclusion, the mysteries of the ancient world challenge our understanding of human history. Civilization and knowledge lost. Civilizations, advanced machinery, precise stonework, sophisticated astronomical observation, and enigmatic artifacts hint at a reality more complex and interconnected than previously imagined. Each discovery provides new insights yet also raises new questions, urging us to continue exploring, questioning, and investigating. The ancient world holds secrets that continue to inspire curiosity, awe, and imagination, reminding us that the story of humanity is far from complete and that some of the greatest discoveries are still waiting beneath the earth, waters, and skies of our planet.